Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. And today's video is going to be a video discussing Warzone, but more importantly, we're going to be discussing why is Warzone so sweaty, okay? Quote unquote sweaty there, because I think that's the term that everyone would use to describe the lobbies currently when playing Warzone, which is it's quite a sweat fest at the moment, okay? It's very high skilled players in the end zones. And even then, just in general, when you get into gunfights, everyone seems to know what they're doing. And everyone's got like wild theories going on, such as there's the skill-based matchmaking talk, there's certain game mechanics, that certain reasons why there could be so many good players in the game right now. And people question this because obviously there are 30 million people who have downloaded the game. That was revealed by Call of Duty. So 30 million people, because obviously this is free to play, so we expect that. And people are wondering, where are all the noobs at? Where are all the bad players? What's going on? Why is there no one? Why is there no one with no thumbs facing me right now? And I'm going to kind of discuss some theories, you guys, giving you little theories, like some that might be factual here, some experiences that I find, and yeah, I'll just be discussing that here in today's video. And what you're seeing in the background, by the way, is a 14 kill game. It was not a win, unfortunately, but it was a pretty good game. And you probably noticed as well, this started like way into the game. That's because the first 9 minutes was just me looting, going through the loot boxes and that. And I'm sure if you wanted to watch loot boxes and that and someone opening packs or whatever, you'd probably be watching a FIFA YouTuber right now, okay? But I'm not like that. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me open blooming boxes up just to get loot. So yeah, I thought I'd get it straight to the point where the action starts happening. So yeah, I also am playing with a squad, which is another thing I'll be talking about in today's video, about squads and like solos and the difference between it and everything. So let's get into it. Let's just talk about the theory going around. The theory is that skill-based matchmaking is in Warzone, and I can definitely see why. I can definitely see how this could be a thing at the moment here in Warzone. So why this could be a thing, and why I personally feel like this is plausible. And again, we're not going to know probably until people like Exclusive Ace or Drifter do their videos, which I'm sure they will in maybe a few days' times or a week or so. They'll eventually, I think, start experimenting, start doing a little bit of scientific research as to whether there is possible skill-based matchmaking here in Warzone, because apparently the devs have said, or a dev did say, there was no skill-based matchmaking in Warzone. Now, from my personal experience, when playing solo or squad solos, I do find very difficult lobbies. Like, we're talking people who are like level 150 already, level 155, people using the perfect loadouts, M4s stacked up with like 60 rounds, using Ghost, using Cold-Blooded. They know what they're doing. And that's something that you wouldn't expect for a game mode, again, with 30 million people. And again, this is free to play as well, so there are people who are probably playing this game who've probably never played a Call of Duty, maybe. It may seem weird to you guys that someone might not play Call of Duty, but there are people out there, and they may or may not have played Call of Duty. And you'd think, okay, so how do they know to run Cold-Blooded and Ghost and an M4 with 60 round mags and a sniper with a thermal and etc, etc. And some people are saying, oh, the COD communities, people have got more skill. There's more skill in the game now. COD's been around for years. People should know it, and that's one thing, that COD has been around for years. And COD is a very basic and simple game to play. Okay, there's nothing too amazing about it. It's simply you get your gun, you run around. It's an arcade style shooter. That's just what it is. There's nothing like precise or, I don't know, like smart you have to do, say, compared to say Rainbow Six Siege, where there's a bit of a learning curve to it. There's no learning curve to Call of Duty. You get your aim assist, you get your aim set, and you kind of learn how to play from there. There's little things that make certain players better than other players, but the gist of it is you get your gun, you get your sensitivity set, and you just shoot the person on your screen. That's just the simplicity of Call of Duty. But a lot of people are running around with Ghost, Cold-Blooded, things like that. The perfect setup. They know what they're doing. Everyone knows how to aim, it seems. Everyone seems to be 100% accurate during the gunfights. People are jumping around corners and stuff like that. And from a personal experience, for me, when playing this game, I have found this to be quite consistent. Level 155 players doing this and all that. And it makes me believe there is some sort of quote-unquote skill-based matchmaking. But there could also be many other reasons to that. Now, the other reasons to possibly be facing lots and lots of good players right now is, one, this Warzone has a lot of ways to be revived. Now, you're probably wondering, what does that have to do with anything? Well, put it this way, a bad player can kill a good player. It is possible. But the thing is with Warzone is there are many opportunities to be able to come back, if not, you know. So for instance, there's the Gulag, which already is a skill, you know, that's a skill gap right there, because the better player, most of the time in the Gulag, now yes, the Gulag does have an issue, which I personally complain about, which is the tacticals, okay? The stuns are there, I believe, to make quote-unquote bad players beat the good players, because the stun pretty much guarantees a win when you stun someone in the Gulag, but let's forget about it. So the point is, most of the time, let's say 80% of the time, the better player or the really good player is going to beat that player in the Gulag. So he will come back, and that's what will happen. The good player will come back from the Gulag. So they're already back in the game. And then not only that, there is the buy a friend back system, basically, where you can be able to buy and revive someone. And now, right now, a lot of people, you know, are playing squads with teams, like, you know, a duo at least, or playing in an actual trio. And that is one big thing I've noticed, because playing with and without a squad in this game is massive, okay? It is absolutely massive, okay? You will get, I'm going to say it now, right? You will get absolutely punished for playing with randoms in this game. So if you're a player who's pretty good at the game, you're going to understand how I feel here. So I played a lot of Warzone at the moment. Now, fun fact here, I still have not won a game of Warzone. But half of that is because I am playing solo most games. Right here, I am playing with a trio, and it's not the most amazing trio in the world. The two that I'm playing with don't really play Call of Duty that much, but they understand Call of Duty. They understand how to play, but they don't play it a lot. They're not like me. They don't play like everyday sort of thing. So that's all you need really to have a good squad in Warzone. But when you play with randoms, now from my personal experience, I've had like games I've had 14 kill games, 15 kill games, but a lot of time when I'm playing squads with other players, they just quit the game, or they ignore my marker, or they don't stick around with me, like they die and then they just leave the game, or they leave the game instantly, and stuff like that. And most of the time I get players who just don't do a lot, okay? They don't get a lot of kills. They don't really help. They're more of a hindrance, let's put it that way, okay? And it's not a nice thing to say, but it's, you know, I just get put with really bad players. And I'm sure some of you might say in the comment section below that you've had the same experience. So please let me know in the comment section below if you're one of these people who does play solo. Let me know your experience when playing in squads with the fill option, because I personally get a lot of like really bad teammates. I can't tell you, I've probably had like on the top of my head at least like maybe 5 good teammates ever, and I've played I don't know how many games of Warzone, but you do not get good teammates, and that is a big like, how do I put it, disadvantage in Warzone. There are definite squads, you know, and with 150 player lobbies, there's going to be a squad or a trio that are going to be really good, okay? There's going to be 3 people who could be playing on PC, for instance, with mouse and keyboard, or playing on Xbox, PS4, you name it. And they're going to be a really good trio. And then basically playing 1v3 every gunfight, and then playing 1v3 against really good players is going to be a big disadvantage to you. So that's one reason why, or one of the things that I've found that might make, I don't know, Warzone appear sweaty to you. And that is because, again, there is essentially like, you know, there's people who are sweating, okay? There are people going around in their trios, playing the game at, I don't know, a pretty high level, and they're all as good as each other sort of thing. And if you, again, 1v3, you're not going to win it, okay? It's going to be incredibly difficult. You have to pull something out the bag. And if you have to do that more than one time, because again, it's not just like there's going to only be one trio in the game with like incredibly good that you have to beat. There might be more than one trio. There might be like 3 trios or 4 trios that are really good at the game that you have to try and beat. So that's from my personal experience of playing solo. I've also played in the solo playlist though, and I'll be honest, I have not been playing the solo playlist that much because it is incredibly campy, and due to the sound design at the moment, which has been a massive issue with the game right now, it's very hard to play solo at the moment. There's so much camping going on. There's so many people sitting in buildings. Everyone's running the same setup, so you can't exactly use a heartbeat sensor to get someone because they're also using Ghost just the same as you are to stay off the heartbeat sensor. And basically, it's just an incredibly camp fest. It's slow paced. There's essentially nothing happening because again, no one's moving around. Everyone's just sitting cornered. So I personally don't play it. It's very slow, and I do not enjoy it. So I play squads, you know, as either as a solo, or if I can, I play in a squad. But yeah, so that's one of the things is I found my solo lobbies though to be quite sweaty. I have faced people who are definitely above the average player, and they are doing the same thing I am, which is using the heartbeat sensor, using the thermal sniper, using an M4 or the AUG, which, you know, fun fact, the AUG is the best. So if you haven't checked that out as well, check out my latest class setup video on the AUG, because the AUG is 100% the best automatic gun in Warzone. But yeah, so my solo lobbies have been quite sweaty, and at this point I'm starting to think myself, there's got to be something going on in the background. There's just not a lot of bad players, and you're probably seeing in this game as well, I'm killing a lot of high level players, like people above level 100. And the thing is with that, again, this is free to play, so there are people who are coming from free to play who shouldn't be high levels. Like, they could be now, because what, Warzone's been out maybe a week and a bit, 2 weeks maybe, I'm not sure at this point. But to be level 100 means you'd have to play quite a lot. But I'm not sure you level up that fast from Warzone. I'm not sure what the XP's like. But I am facing a lot of high level players and stuff. But yeah, so there's a lot of theories going on. And another thing I've seen, so one thing people have been saying is their pings are really high in games. Like 70, 80. Now, I just want to clear this up right now, because the ping meter in Warzone is 100% broken, or something is going on in the back end that is making the ping appear higher in the game than it actually is. Because I am a NetDuma user, and so I tested this myself. I checked, because people were saying, due to the skill-based matchmaking, quote unquote, that's in the game, I'm being put in higher ping lobbies. It's making it harder for me, especially against, you know, supposedly players of the same skill or better being in the lobby. And yes, I've seen it in the meter. It has said, for me in game, it says between 50 and 80 most of the time, which is kind of strange, because in regular multiplayer, like ground war, I get 30 to 50 ping games. But in Warzone, I'm getting to 50 to 70 to 90 to 100 ping games. And people are sitting there saying, okay, my ping's higher because skill-based matchmaking is a fact, and it's making my lobbies higher ping. And one thing is, I think the ping meter is broken in the game. That is one thing. Because basically, I tested this on NetDuma, and what this does is it shows me the actual ping to the server that I'm connecting to. And my ping on the NetDuma is 15 to 30 ping. And by the way, fun fact, I did actually make a new account as well to check this. I did it with both, and both in-game, sorry, both on the NetDuma said 15 to 30 ping, in between 50 and 30 ping range on my NetDuma for the games that I joined. Now, to be fair, I only tested 2 games for each account, so this is a small sample size. Again, I'd say we'd wait until, you know, Exclusive Ace and Drifter do their videos to see if skill-based matchmaking isn't a little bit effective. But the strange thing I noticed was, now this is one thing, and I don't want to claim that there's artificial ping being put on top of players in-game, but when I played on my account that you are seeing right now, in-game the ping meter said 70 to 90 quite a lot of times. But when I played on the other account, I did get 30 to 50 ping games. Now, I'm not going to throw anything out. I think my sample size was just way too small for this to be even conclusive evidence. So don't take this as fact, is what you're saying. Don't sit there and post on Twitter that, hey, this guy Tazx Gold has found skill-based matchmaking. No, that's not what I'm claiming here. But I definitely had different ping values in-game, but the NetDuma still had the same. So I don't know what was going on with the ping meter. Is there actually some sort of ping that is being added onto players when they're actually in the game? Because again, my NetDuma says 15 to 30 ping. I am actually connecting to servers in the 15 to 30 ping range. But in-game, again, on my main account, was between 70 and 90. And my second account, which was a literal new account, you know, hardly ever played, was actually had like negative stats in that because I was just messing around on it, had around a 30 to 50 ping. So it makes you think something might be going on here, you know, something strange is going on in the back end. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something that needs fixing. I don't know if the ping meter is just wrong and it's just showing differently for people. And the problem is you can't really tell if your ping is actually that ping, because at the moment Warzone is very, how do I put it, laggy sometimes, very frame rate, especially in the early game. But most of that is probably due to the coronavirus pandemic, and there are a lot of players playing the game right now as well, which is another thing as well. Again, more and more players are playing. And you'd think eventually, you know, you'd start noticing the skill gap being like lower, like a lot of bad players. That just doesn't seem to be the case. As you can see though, you're going to see, as you've probably been watching this game as well. As you can see, I'm getting like instantly shot. Now, yes, I am in the end game here, and this is like the last zone, and unfortunately we don't win it here, but we're going to get a couple more kills. Did absolutely play this guy here as well, eventually anyway. But yeah, so there's just a lot of theories going around about the skill-based matchmaking, about possibly why Warzone is sweaty, and I'm just not sure what it could be, okay? But I wanted to offer up the theories, which are like maybe the gulag, and that helps players who are quite good stay alive longer and there's just way too many opportunities to stay alive. As you can see as well, I'm using a self-revive kit, and that gives players an even more bigger opportunity of staying alive. Because again, there's a lot of opportunities to stay alive in Warzone. But and then on top of that, obviously I've explained the ping that I just had and everything, as well as like I wouldn't say the counts were too different as well as skill level. By the way, when I was playing, I didn't notice too much difference in the skill level. I thought they were the same, but we'll probably have to wait until a video comes out from Drifter Exclusive Ace trying to actually, you know, prove this. But I hope you enjoyed today's video though, because today's video is going to finish up here. But just thought I'd offer up some theories and discuss Warzone and its possible skill-based matchmaking. But yeah, so 14 kills here. Unfortunately, we're going to finish third here. I think the squads left were a 2 and a 1, so I could have possibly made it. I didn't realise they could be to my right. I thought they'd be to my left, and as you can see, we get taken out. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe with notifications on. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.